Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope y'all are having a good weekend. I'm Purblind Gamer. I since I missed streaming last Sunday, I promised I would do a short stream today. Intended to do it a little earlier, but I got busy and also internet was being wonky this afternoon. But I'm online now. Since we've been playing adventure games, I thought I would go for something a little more action-oriented tonight. Specifically, this game called Rapid Assault. You've probably never heard of Rapid Assault. That's because it's not very good. But I kind of like it. It's from 1995. It's a DOS kind of vehicular combat game.
No, I've not heard of Rapid Assault.
Hey, Backlog. Thanks for coming in. How are you doing today? Oh, everybody should check out Backlog Cabin. He's been streaming Final Fantasy V.
I'm well. How's things?
They're going all right, thanks. Getting through life, getting stuff done. How are you enjoying Final Fantasy V? It is 5, right? I have the number right. There are a lot of Final Fantasies at this point. But, yeah, Rapid Assault. It was actually published by IBM, which was publishing video games for a little while.
Correct. It's a long game, so I am gonna take my time with it all year.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, some of the long games, if they're really good, you don't want to rush them. Just, yeah, play through them, experience a bunch.
IBM published game WoW.
Yeah, they did a few. I know they did one compilation called Triple Threat and Rapid Assault. I don't know that they ever got into it in a big way. I just remember sometimes seeing them in the store. And I think I got Rapid Assault. No, it was maybe I was really young, maybe around 2000, specifically because it was $3.
Didn't expect you to be streaming tonight, but yay. Smiley face.
Hey, Angela, thank you so much for stopping by. How are you doing? Yeah, I'd said I would do a stream on Saturday, and I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I'll try and make 3 streams a week the norm. Or maybe make one of them a shorter stream where I look at games that are shorter or not as good or won't have quite the same broad appeal. Rapid Assault is one of those games that it's kind of fun in an arcadey way, but it doesn't have that much depth, and I think the graphics are kind of muddy, and it's just doesn't control especially well. It's an all-around mediocre game that's mostly forgotten. Like that was one of the fun things with software like stores. You would sometimes go in and find out they were selling cheap games for $3 for a brand new big box game, and you'd try games you might not otherwise. And usually they would keep you entertained at least for a little while, as opposed to sometimes with, say, console games, you might buy them for a few dollars and then find out, oh, the game's only half an hour long. Here, I'll go ahead and boot this up in DOSBox. Yeah, it needs the CD to run, but I just copied all the files on the CD into a directory.
Games can be more fun than real fancy ones.
I think you're right, Angela. It's always exciting to discover, like, a really good hidden gem, or a game that's less fancy, but you still keep playing it, and you're like, this is disturbingly addicting. and then suddenly I've sunk 1,000 hours into it. But we're not talking about Spelunky tonight. Entirely too many hours. Let's see. I think I mounted one of the drives wrong. I'll fix that right quick. What am I? Let me... Yeah. There we go. IBM and GTE Entertainment, whoever they were. Yeah. Those CGI graphics. It's the way of the future. Which makes sense since this game is set in the future. And there are our protagonists. 4 hover tanks. Okay, that one's got wheels, never mind. So the basic plot of Rapid Assault is it's the future, and you play as a police officer, and you're in your hover tank, heavily armed, and the criminals are all in there, flying saucers and mechs and motorbikes, and they try to kill you because you're the police, and you try to kill them because they're the criminals. The plot might be a little more complicated than that, but that summarizes it pretty well. And heck, like with most of these games, how much do we really need to know? They're shooting at us.
Everything looks like it is made of silly putty. I love that, haha.
Yeah, I know. It's like everything's so smooth in the future. Almost as though, they've perfected weather resistance and auto manufacturing and just about everything else. See, vehicle select. Dodge 'em. That should be nice and balanced. Hey, one thing about this game is that it has a bit of a difficulty curve. Like when I used to play it when I was younger, I could never get past the 7th level. And then I tried it out after putting this on this computer, and I finally was, but it's still, definitely the difficulty jumps up a bit. I'll probably play through the first 6 levels, give you a good idea of what the game's like. And search the town for the marker left by Agent 101, indicated by the white dot on your radar. Yeah, you got 4 weapons. A relatively weak machine gun that's with unlimited ammo, and a laser gun, homing missiles, and a mortar.
Backlock habit. Little parrot.
Oh yeah. And it's also one of those games where the perspective seems off and everything seems unnaturally large. Like, you know, the trees and the traffic cones are close to the same height. And I don't think we're that much off the ground. Well, but that's okay. We can forgive some of this engine's graphical eccentricities. Especially since it's, yeah, everything seems to be at right angles. It's kind of just like a similar to a Wolfenstein 3D kind of engine, but with a little more detail and like some like actual 3D placement of objects. Maybe it's like a trick, kind of like Rise of the Triad did. I'm not really savvy about computer technology. I just know that if you shoot things with a machine gun, they'll explode. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You can't go backwards in this game, or at least with some of the tanks you can't. Which can be frustrating, definitely makes for a different play style. And you can't strafe or anything since, well, you're in a tank. Ah, there it is, the checkered flag. So lets us know we're at the end of the race. And it's a racing game at heart. Even if you don't have to, you know, go faster than the other competitors, so much as kill them all.
Hey buddy, Artyom7 IBM Heart.
Hey, Havoc, how are you doing today? Yeah, thank you so much for coming in. Oh, right. Everybody, please go follow Havoc. He streams a lot of obscure games, tries out a bunch of them. And I caught a little bit of your stream today, Havoc. You were doing like gardening or planting something, weren't you? My internet wasn't working especially well today. Oh yeah, those dice things just increase our score.
Yeah. I made boxes for vertical wall gardens and today Founder's Garden's been going well at RD on Havoc.
That's really neat, Havoc. It'd be exciting to see them grow. Yeah, the controls are stiff, and one thing is you bounce around very easily.
They went fantastic. Now they just gotta lay on their backs and root for 4 to 6 weeks and we can hang them up.
Oh. Ah, so it takes a while. I'm guessing that the enemies are different colors on the radar than the flag. And I know the power-ups appear as extremely dark colored dots, which is frustrating because it's hard to see them. Ah, there. Ah. Oh well. Fortunately, we have unlimited continues. And also, fortunately, the game gives you a password every 3 levels, which is when it changes world or whatever, so while you can't save the game, it'll still, you can continue at a later date. Kind of similar to console games. Who was Agent 101? We may never know. All we know is he stuck racing flags around this city for use by the police force in some way that was only clear in his own mind. But yeah, one of the things is like the way you bounce off the scenery so easily. It's not such a big deal in these bigger open air levels, but when it gets to be more confined spaces or trying to go through doorways, it's you spend a lot of time getting stuck on scenery in this game. There it is. See what I mean? It's like bumper cars. I wonder if there's been a combat bumper cars video game. Maybe not officially bumper cars. Destroy at least 20 of the enemy, and then get out in one piece. Once your objective has been achieved, you will have 2 minutes to locate the exit. Alternatively, you could locate the exit first, and then kill 20 enemies. There appear to be these cameras that you can destroy. I'm not sure why. Perhaps it explained it in the manual, but I don't have the manual with me. I'm gonna try something with a little more armor. Yeah. Ah, the big one is awful slow. Let's give it another go. Yeah, even though they do try and make it a little more varied, a lot of the missions come down to kill stuff or get from point A to point B. Sometimes it's more like, collect this or move that.
Seems like a better hover XD.
Better hover. You mean like a... Is that a certain game? I'm trying to think. I know there was Hovertank 3D.
Hover was that bumper car game that was on the Windows 95 disc.
Oh. Oh, cool. I never actually played it. Although I have a Windows 95 disc. I wish I'd used it instead of a virtual machine while I had access to it back home. That's cool. I remember...
Backlog cabin. 98 is backwards compatible, no.
98 is backwards compatible with Windows 95, you're saying? Yeah, I mean, if I had the Windows 98 disk.
Most of the time, yes. RD on Havoc. 99.99. Backlog cabin. Yes, that was my guess.
Yeah, because they were so similar. It's like...
RD on Havoc.
Yes.
They actually say Win 98 SE is the best for retro gaming and its DOS support is the best.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I should just buy a Windows 98 as an SD CD.
DOS mode in Win 95 was not ideal.
No, it wasn't. Like, some games worked if you just had a little know-how, but then other times... I remember some games you would have to, like, reboot your computer in pure DOS mode to play them. Which could still do, because DOS was always running under Windows 95. It'd be nice if they re-implemented full, like, backwards compatibility in Windows. Let's say Windows 10, like... I'm surprised some of the old games that work in Windows 10, like... Even games from the, you know, late 90s. I wonder what else they had on the Windows 95 CD. I know, like with so much, you know, extra space beyond what was needed for the operating system. I heard they also put like a clip from the TV show Happy Days on some editions of it.
That was like 32-bit whatever. But it's the Win 95 and 3.1 era that was 16-bit just point.
Okay. So I don't think I realized Windows 98 was 32-bit or whatever. And I guess the game's made specifically for Windows 98. Will work in Windows 10, or at least, yeah, some of them. But probably not all of them. It could explain what it was. Goodness for the range on this machine gun. Sometimes it just pays to, you know, fire a bunch beyond the draw distance and see what you hit. There's one useful trick is, like, anytime you hit a bad guy, your score goes up, so even if you can't see them, you'll know that you're hitting them. Alright, can't move backwards. Where is everybody hiding? Blast. Close. I'll get him this time. It's so strange. Like, sometimes, I mean, I think sometimes they spawn infinitely, but sometimes you know, don't seem to find any of them around. I wonder. What the best strategy to use is. It really does change the gameplay not being able to strafe at all. As knows I use that a fair amount when playing Doom. Where could all the useful power-ups be hiding? Ah. Drat. Be nice if it were a little quicker to continue. Oh yeah, if you shoot a barrel when the enemies are nearby, it'll explode and kill them. Always fun. It's kind of a nice touch how some of the flying enemies will sometimes go down in flames before they explode. You know, I will say this about the future. We may have, hover tanks and spaceships that fly through the city streets and all that great stuff. But we forgot how to make rear view mirrors. And they can come in really useful when you're driving fast and like a little rolling robot with a mortar is hot on your tail, and you want to see where exactly he is. Never mind ordinary day-to-day driving. Strange. For some reason the view keeps jumping slightly. As the zoom text is like realigning to center on the chat. Even when they're like, it's not like when a message pops up in chat, it's just random. The mysteries of OBS. I keep meaning to download Streamlabs and see if that's easier to use. Ooh, flag. Ooh, cutscene. Very, a short and to the point cutscene. We shoot, he dies. Who was he? I don't know. A machine on wheels. Sea worm.
Pendula. The best kind.
Exactly. Who needs to be overly complex? Destroy 10 radar sites. They remain underground, activating one at a time, and their position is indicated for only 2 seconds as they elevate. How frustrating of them. Oh yeah, you can also control this game with the mouse. But I always find it easier with these, like, 2.5D games to just... I mean, the ones where you can't look up and down, to just use the keyboard. And, although, maybe it would be easier to do mouse and keyboard with this, since you can't go backwards anyway, and then I can keep my hand on the weapon select keys. And you can't select weapons with the mouse, because the third button hadn't been invented yet. Or, maybe it had been invented, but not many people had them. These fancy mice with their wheels and their little lights instead of balls. And their 6 buttons. I wonder if they actually make 6-button mice. Oh, boats. Oh yeah, these levels are like the waterfront or something. North. Oh, wait. Yeah. There's the satellite dishes there. Southwest. They show up on your radar as little flashing dots, which is pretty dashed useful.
Artyom Havoc. I'm gonna be in and out tonight.
Oh, that's cool, Havoc. Hey, thank you for stopping by. This probably won't be a super long stream, but I'll probably be streaming a little while longer, a couple more levels. And everybody, please do go follow Artyom Havoc. He streams awesome stuff. Southwest. And I'm not sure if they mean, that direction from where you are at that moment, or in that portion of the map in general. So many flying saucers. I guess the one good thing about bouncing off the walls is you also bounce off the enemies. Everything's bouncy. Northeast.
Are they secretly all bumper cars?
Maybe they are. Bumper boats, bumper flying saucers, bumper mechs that look vaguely like flying teddy bears. Maybe it's all just a giant theme park. And it's just, we're playing at cops and robbers in a futuristic way. At least the maps aren't, overly large. Only so many places to hide satellite dishes. Shoot, a lot of them. west. Southeast. West. Well, I was fairly close, but I think I'll get him this time. It'd help if I could find some power-ups. And it's random each time, which adds to the challenge. I think it is. Northeast. I think a fair amount of the strategy is knowing when to fight and when to run away. I mean, because if they're just going to keep spawning, it's not like one of those games where you can wipe out every monster on the level. West. Go west, young hovertank. Northeast. Southwest. North. Went right by it. East. I mean, I wonder if the plot's different or more complicated than I'm remembering, because it seems a little far-fetched that these criminals would be able to just, set up these radar towers, or radar dishes, whatever. Southwest. Northeast.
Neoper.
Northeast. Northwest. Surprised it's stuttering like that. I mean, you would think a computer from 2020 would be able to handle a game from 1995 without lagging or stuttering. But hey, what do I know? I should write to IBM about that. It's like, I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie, Nuki. E.T. riff-off. Absolutely terrible. Don't see it. Now, there's one part where somebody says, "Huh, a computer with emotions. I'll have to report this to IBM." So yeah. The game they publish lags on Windows 10. I'll have to report that to IBM. That's why they're called international business machines, not international gaming machines.
Angela. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. High quality dialogue. The flag's open. Aha. I recall the flag's in some little cul-de-sac with a bunch of oil barrels. Ah. Drat. We ran into the fleet. Hey, Keytar Cat. Sorry, I was in the middle of shooting things. I didn't respond to your message. Thank you so much for coming in. How are you doing? Now, everybody, please go check out Keytar Cat. Who streams? I saw today you were streaming a live RPG session, which is pretty neat. What's the point of attract demos in computer games? Like, I already bought the game. You don't need to convince me to put a quarter in it. That can seriously mess up your floppy disk drive. So that's where the flag is. Northeast. Northeast again. Okay, so I guess it is relative to where you are at the moment. GTK. West. To the west, where the rivers that flow have a bunch of boats shooting mortars at you. Wait, that's not how the song goes. How the song ought to go. Southeast. Southeast. West. That's interesting. Those satellite dishes seem to be fully 3D. As opposed to just like 3D animated 2D sprites. But in a lot of ways, this engine's, fairly primitive. And the enemies aren't, or like they have some of those, objects that are always facing you. It's clearly like it. Can't have multiple layers, like. right angles, and I'm trying to see. I think the enemies are 2.5D, animated as 3D. Of course, if they're saucers, it's harder to tell. Crap, I forgot direction. Which direction? Over there it is. West. Southeast. Oh, that's the lot. Reinforcements. Kill 20. We killed 20 before, we can kill 20 again. These 20 are just a little bit tougher. Ooh, we have the mortar now, which is useful for shooting those flying enemies that persist in staying too high to be hit by our bullets. Yeah, I was trying to see. Messing around. won't hold still. It's almost like they're avoiding me. That's just the flag.
I'm impressed. If I tried to play this, I probably wouldn't even be able to keep up with where I was or what direction I needed to go.
Well, thanks. Plenty of times I'm not really keeping up with which direction I need to go. And it's almost easier now that it's just kill anything that moves for this level. Because yeah, with these graphics, it's easy to get lost because things do look pretty similar. Yeah, they do try and give enough variation in like the buildings and backgrounds that it's not all completely identical. Two left. Gosh. This guy. Found a repair kit. I could find homing missiles, that would make my job easier. I'm trying to get closer to the radar part so I can see the dark dots for power-ups. There you go. Now you're making bacon. He was just circling over my head, but suddenly I get missiles, he's nowhere to be found. Seriously, dude. Half the time I don't even see the flag when I hit it because I've missed it and then bounced back into it. This level. Bump the generator out of the dockside security zone to the reactor compound. Neutralize the force field and install the generator. Get out within 4 minutes. This level wouldn't be that hard, except it's physics, man. Physics of bumping that generator. Yeah. It'd be nice if you could just, pick up the generator in some way. Maybe they just could attach a claw on the front of your vehicle. But no, that would make life too simple. Simple for the player, complicated for the coders. Ah, there's the generator. Come on, generator, work with me. There's the force field. Took me a while to figure out how to shut it down. Shoot things. Good thing it slides. Ah, get in there. Stupid piece of electrical junk. Generator be like, nope, don't feel like it. Yes! Now, let's just collect a nuclear weapon. Oops, there go the bad guys. Oh yeah, police get tactical nukes in this future. Highly useful. Snaps, where's the flag? Well, at least we know we can install the generator at this point. It's hard to maneuver because their shots buffet you around so much. Ah. Like when you die, it's just freezes and everything goes quiet. And sometimes I'm like, wait, did I die or did it just freeze for a second? But no, I died. DCD. Wonder what that stands for. Department of Corrective Discipline, I think. Or Dachshunds Calmly Deconstructing. I think I like that one better. buy me just enough time to get it installed. Yeah, really would be nice to have an like arrow in the map or something, so you know to get within range for the objectives to show up on your radar or scanner, whatever. And I suppose that would reduce the challenge. Is that? Nope. Sometimes I'm just trying to see, like, look at the dots to see if they're moving and then figure out where the flag is that way. And it bounced right back out. Fine. Fine, I'll blow you all to smithereens with a nuclear warhead if that's what you want. Yeah, the ground here is like no friction. Ah, that pop filter will be the death of me. That scared me. That's what I think of that pop filter. I don't even need it, actually. For some reason it keeps twisting around in its socket, which makes it very difficult to place. I'd like to think I would have won that time if it hadn't been for that technical consideration, shall we call it. I don't even know what it bounced off of. At the very least, I'm going to beat this level. Mark my words. Hang on a second. Yeah, funny, for some reason it was giving me an error message for a second. Can't think why. be that as it may. Let's try that again. Wait, where am I? Ah, there I am. Thinking about it, I'm probably not using the right tool for this. And by tool, I mean heavily armored death machine. Much better. Yeah, it's a damn sight slower. Especially on water. it seems like I'm not able to move the generator as much. Let's see if it pays to go with sprint. Let's also see how well wheels work on water.
Bet you're glad you're back on the west coast now, by the way. We've got a winter storm over here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm glad to be out of that. We had some snow while I was back home. But, oh man, my family didn't tell me. I talked to them the other day. Gosh, I hope they haven't lost power. I hope you don't lose power. Like, how bad? How many inches are they thinking it'll be, Angela? I forget what I said about sprint.
Should pendulum. Me too. Estimated 4 to 6 at the moment, with temperatures staying near freezing till at least tomorrow night.
Oof. Well, hopefully it ends up not being as bad as they say. And certainly no worse. I mean, I like snow. If we could have snow without it knocking out the power or making the roads freeze over or, you know, being cold, hey, I'd be fine with snow.
Pendulum. I'm not sure how wide of an area it's supposed to hit though. Your family may be out of it.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Sometimes the mountains act as a buffer for them. Back there. Yeah, we don't get many winter storms here in California. Though we had rainstorms like a couple days ago. Actually lasting like 24 hours. You know, I thought that was kind of nice. I like rain. As long as it's not too heavy. Did you guys live in the, like, city or more out in the country, Angela? We used to live out in the country, and yeah, storms tended to take more of a toll there. Didn't get the roads plowed quite so quickly. And that couldn't be. Yeah. running across places the flag was in previous stages.
My husband and I live in as much of the city as the city is, haha. Definitely like in town. My parents are more out in the country though. Sorry I keep losing connection.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, it may be that my internet's wonky again tonight and I'm losing part of the connection. We ran out of time. And I'm glad you guys are in town, such as it is. Even the smaller towns, like, they seem to get more of the roads plowed than if you're out in the country or in a subdivision. Now that's almost got it. Except I may have bounced it out too wide there. So there's the danger of killing a weaker enemy, something worse may spawn to take its place.
Always makes me laugh when there's just a random stretch of road with snow on it though, like you'll go along for a few miles and it's perfectly clear, and suddenly there's just snow and ice everywhere for a half mile or something, and then it's clear again. I like imagining how that might have happened, haha.
I know, it's really crazy, the capriciousness of the weather gods. Wait, is this it? Yes! I think we found it. Ooh, cutscene. So, quick question. Did the person who designed the cutscenes play the game? Because I do not remember that happening. Unless that was one of the flying enemies we fought. And, so I couldn't tell which one got killed in the cutscene, but I think I knew how it turned out. It turned out we won. Ember. That'd be a great name for a city. So, let's see. I might have one or two goes at this and then call it a night. I didn't intend to stream too long, but damn, I wasn't going to let that stupid generator beat me. Oh, generator, why are we always sooner or later glitching as we're twitching and streaming from our bedroom all night? Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, you notice the enemies seem to have them quite a bit tougher here. Ah, yes, the good old spray and pray method. Or as I like to call it, spray and slay. I mean, I care more about the slaying than the praying, if we're being honest, in this situation. In other situations, might be different. Of course, in other situations, I probably wouldn't be spraying bullets, you know, through a cavern. I think one of the ways I shoot myself in the foot with this game and other games is I tend to conserve ammunition too much. It's hard to make the mortar useful against ground-based enemies, of which there are plenty hereabouts. This one I'm aiming more based on the radar than the visuals. Oh yeah, a little secret. Some much needed health. There. As you don't really call it health when you're talking about a vehicle. You call it armor, maintenance. Now, the strategy here is basically going guns blazing. Or not blazing. Shoot the secret wall. Oh shoot, there's the tank we're supposed to destroy. Not so tough by himself. Good thing there aren't like 20 of them. Haha, that would suck. Guess what the next level is. And the flag was right back where we started the level. But this should help us on our way. And at this point, I'll just be going at flank speed and being liberal with the homing missiles. Assuming I don't bounce off walls and get completely turned around. Wait, am I? Where am I? Okay. Holy Toledo. Made it. Phew. You know, I think that's probably a good point to call it. I'm sure as heck not going to beat this game. But yeah, that level I just finished was the one that I could never beat when I was younger, and yeah. So with some practice, this game's manageable, but it's still, like I said, not a great game. I had fun with it, and it was like a lot of games I get. It was probably worth it for the price, but, you know, not if I'd paid like $20 for it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and wrap up. Oh, thank you everybody who came and joined me. It ended up being a little bit of a longer stream than I intended. Yeah. Game wasn't much to look at, but hey, you got to see a game that you're probably not going to see many places, with good reason. And you got to see my pop filter viciously attack me. There will be consequences for it. But I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, and since we finished Scratches on Wednesday, and I'm going to do the DLC this coming Wednesday, I don't know what I'm going to play tomorrow. Probably something adventure, probably something horror themed, but I don't know. Got plenty of games in mind, so I'll decide. Hey, if you guys could stick around so we could raid somebody, that would be awesome. Let me see who's online. Let's see, are they still doing their co-stream? Okay, yeah, let's raid Thug Kage tonight. She's very friendly. And I think I think we've raided her once before, and she's doing a co-stream with Twoodles tonight, and they're playing the Dark Pictures something. The Dark Pictures name that extends longer than that panel. Yeah, I always like to. Yeah, sometimes raid people I know, or find new people to raid. Hang on. What was that? Are we indeed still online? There. I seem to be doing something wrong. And here's me thinking I understand Twitch finally. I think it was my internet again. Sorry guys, my internet's in unusually bad shape tonight. Oh, well, that works. But, thank you guys for coming by and for sticking with it. Sorry for all the technical difficulties.